Hello friends and welcome to the learning series of Azure, and we are discussing about the Azure VM. In this session we are going to create the virtual machine using the Windows OS. So let's start. Once you log in with your login in your subscription, you have to just click on this hamburger button and click on the all services and choose the virtual machine. So the virtual machine window will be open. We have to click on the add button and click on the virtual machine. So the configuration panel will be open for the virtual machine. So here we have to mention the resource group, for which resource group you want to keep your virtual machine. So I am selecting our resource group. You have to specify here the virtual machine name. So let me give the name Cloud Skills VM. Then you have to specify the region, which region you have to place this virtual machine. So I'm keeping it in East US. The next option is the availability definition for this virtual machine, like which availability you want to select. If you want to drop down, you will get the option for the availability, like availability zone and availability set. So currently we are not going to touch this option. We will look deeply in this two option. Then the next option is to choose the OS, and so for this VM we are going to create the Windows Server 2016 data center. Then the next option is for the Spot instance. So the Spot instance is the offering from the Microsoft, so that you will get the more resources with the huge discount, and that instance, if you for creating the instance for the demo purpose and the POC purpose, but not recommended for to use in the production. And so basically what happen in this particular type of instances, you will get the resources that those are free resources in Azure data center, and if someone claim for that resources, so your virtual machine will not be available to utilize those resources. So that's why till the time it get available, you will get those resources to be used with huge discount. So we are not going to select that option, and that is not good for the production. So if you want to not do some testing, so in that case you can utilize it. The next is the size of the virtual machine, which size you want to be select. So if you click here, so it will show you all the size available for the virtual machine. So on this window you will able to see that what the VM size, the offering, means it is standard or which type of offering. Then the family, is it general purpose, it is memory optimized or CPU optimized. Then how much vCPU you will get with this particular type of size, and the RAM along with the disk type and the IOPS, and the storage, temporary storage disk size, and is this particular size support to the premium disk or not. So you will get all this detail here. And if you want to see more size of the VM, so you have to just click on this button, see all VM size. So once you click here, so all the VM size available right now, that will pop up here, and you can select out of this. So for our this demo, I'm going to use the DS1 version 2 image, and then we have to specify the username for this particular VM, so that using this username we can log in into the virtual machine. We have to then specify the password. So our password is match and acceptable as per the policy of VM. Then the next option, do you want to open any port? So generally we can open the RDP port so that we can at least log in using this username and password to that particular VM, and by default all the port is blocked, so we are explicitly allowing this port for this particular VM. The next option is for the licensing. If you have the your own license for the Windows Server that you have already purchased, so you can utilize it, or if you don't have, so you go with the licensing type. So if you drop down, you will get Windows Server or Windows Client. So this is the server operating system, so I'm going to select the Windows Server. Then you have to, the next options are the disk configuration. From the disk configuration we can define what kind of what type of disk we are going to use, and it's also depend on the type of size of VM that you have choose while creating it. So for this particular type of size, we are able to create the premium disk, and these three types of disk type is already available, like standard disk, SSD, standard SSD, and the premium SSD. So we are going with the premium SSD. Then you can specify if you have the data disk. If you have the existing data disk, so you can just click here and attach the data disk, or if you don't have a data disk, so you can create here the new data disk and attach it to the VMs. So we are not going to attach any data disk here. Just click on the networking tab. So in a networking tab, currently I don't have any network, so but by default this solution will give you the option where it will automatically generate the VNet according to the naming convention for your resource group. So I'm going with the default setting. So it has going to create one virtual network for me with this subnet and the public IP. And then here we will get an option to choose any port that need to be open. So by default it will ask you to open the port 3389 RDP port, and if you are creating the Linux machine, so it will give you the port number 22 for the whitelist in the your NSG group. Then we'll move into the next option where the management, from this management tab you are able to configure the monitoring for your virtual machine, like boot diagnostic monitoring and the OS guest diagnostic monitoring. You can configure it from here. Then you can specify the shutdown time for this virtual machine. So I have mentioned here the shutdown time every day 7 p.m. this machine will be shut down. And if you want the notification for this particular shutdown, so you have to provide the your email ID here, so you will get a notification. So I don't want any notification, so I'm making it off, and just click on the next option, the advanced option. So you can specify here if you want to add any extension in your virtual machine, so you can do it from here. You just need to click here and add the extension according to your need. And if you have any custom script that need to be run after your virtual machine created, so you can specify that script here. So and here you can specify which generation of virtual machine you want to create, generation 1 or generation 2. Then click on the tagging. You can specify here the tagging for this virtual machine, and the last option is review and create. So it will review your configuration, and if it get validated, validate on basis of the size of VM and the premium disks that you have selected. So it's validate to component, and you will get the details here. So now the validation is completed for our VM. So just click on the create button, and it will create a virtual machine for you. So I will resume once the virtual machine get created, and we can try to log in that particular virtual machine. Now our virtual machine is created. Just click on the go to the resources. So you will navigate to the virtual machine page, and from here you have to now click on the connect button, to download the RDP file, or you can also copy this IP and you can do the RDP for this particular virtual machine. So let's click on the connect. Now it will prompt you for the username and password, so we have to specify the username and password for this virtual machine. Once you fill the details, just click on the OK. So it will connect to the virtual machine,